Hey guys, it's Carrie from Garden Rudiments. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for taking the time to watch one of my videos. Yesterday I started a new compost pile. I had one in another area and I needed to turn it, so I went and bought this wire. This is like if you have rabbits, you can make a little area out of this. I bought a 50-foot roll, and I'm going to be making 3. I have 2 made already, and it's just after you cut it, you just kind of wrap the wires around each other to make your circle. But I wanted this. I think it is 40 inches tall, so I was trying to get 3 feet of compost in here. I didn't quite make it. I ran out of materials, but this is where I'm at right now. My hardest part is coming up with my nitrogen, which is my greens, and right now about all I have is grass clippings. So I wanted to tell you what I have in here in my layers. I went yesterday and I got 10 5-gallon buckets of cow manure. And this is not fresh. This is, I'm gonna say, it's not composted, but it's very dry cow manure. It's already broken down. I got it out of my neighbor's barn. He was kind enough to let me have all I wanted, said I could come back and get more, and I plan on doing that because I'm also putting it in my raised bed. But I have 5 5-gallon buckets divided out into the layering on here. I have my old compost in different layers through here. It wasn't completely broken down, so I went ahead and just added it all in. I have grass clippings. I have kitchen waste such as lettuce and tomatoes, onions, skins, all of that. I also have some greens, some annual greens that I just pulled out of the woods here nearby because I just needed more green. So my neighbor's been letting me have all of his grass clippings, and then I had ours from where we mowed our yard. Some more things that I have in my compost bin that I've been doing, of course, all of my coffee grinds, all of my tea bags, and then all of the cardboard and paper that we shred in our office shredder. So if it's a cereal box, paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, envelopes, anything that will go through our shredder and that doesn't have plastic in it, that we're shredding and adding it to the pile. And it's a very fine shred. I think it's called micro, and I think that's going to be a good addition to the compost pile for carbon. So like I said, the biggest problem for me is getting enough nitrogen. I wish I had leaves. I wish I had alfalfa, but I don't have access to any of that. And I won't have any leaves, of course, until the fall. So I'm still working on getting more nitrogen in my pile. Of course, the hardest thing for me is getting my compost bin or pile up to the temperature that I want it at. So I started this one yesterday, and it stayed at 80 degrees all day yesterday, and then this morning I came out and checked it and it's at 102. So I'm going to check it again and I'll film that for you so you can see exactly what it is. I bought a compost thermometer, and I'm real proud of that I bought it. You can see 80 to 100 is warm, 10 to 120 is active, 100 to 130 is active, and 130 to 160 is hot. So in this, to get it cooking, I've got all the coffee grounds that I could manage to find, and then my husband is a firefighter, so at the fire station he's taking me a bucket in, and they're going to save all of their coffee grinds, their used coffee grinds, for me to put in my compost pile because they have a lot of nitrogen and they help your pile to heat up really fast. So I'm wanting to make fast compost. I don't want this to take months. So I'm hoping that I can get this cooked. I'm going to say cooked because that's what I feel like it does. I'm hoping that it cooks within 4 weeks at least. So I'm going to be turning this every 2 to 3 days. I'm adding water as I need it. Yesterday I put 8 gallons of water on the different layers, so 2 gallons like every second layer. And I have at least 8 layers in here. And the reason I was trying to go up to 3 feet, you need about 3 feet for it to really get to cooking. Anything over 3 feet, it wants to compact too much. You don't get a lot of air in there. So what I like to do is just go ahead and take like a piece of rebar, or I have like an auger, and I go in there and I just make holes down in it and work it till I can make a big enough hole that I can go ahead and pour water down into it. I'll also put coffee grinds in those holes. And then to keep moisture in, and we're still having a lot of wind, and the temperature's really getting up today, but I've tried to keep the top of it covered a little bit just so it doesn't get dried out from the wind, but I think I will even have to add water to it today to keep it up to temperature. So I'm just going to check and see what this is, and I'll show you, and I'll just keep you updated on this compost pile. I'm not going to add any more to this. When I'm ready to turn it, I'll just slip this off, and I will empty all of this with the top going in first on the bottom. So top's going to bottom, and I'm wanting it to compost, and it's going to all go into this one, and then I'll start a new one as I have more ingredients to put in it. So thank you for watching Garden Rudiments today. If you know a lot about composting, I'd love to hear your advice. This is the second year I've had a compost bin. In the other area where I had it, I never did really turn it. It was just a little hard to get to. So this one I hope is going to be a lot easier. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Garden Rudiments.